USA Ultimate is proud to present the 2022 Color of Ultimate College All-Star Game. It's between the Scholars and the Ballers. Live from E-Line Soccer Park in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Hi, I'm Adekale Ande, joined here with Sasha Vogel and Lily Nong. We're really excited here to be today in the broadcast booth for this Color of Ultimate College All-Star Game here today. And Sasha, how fired up are you to be here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, calling this game?
I'm really excited. First time in Wisconsin, first time here at College Nationals, and it's been fun.
Lily, I know you've got some insight here on this team here today. First up, the Scholars. How are you feeling about being in the booth for the first time?
I think for a lot of these players, it's one final way to wrap up their college careers, and I couldn't think of a better way for them to end their college career. We got a lot of ballers, a lot of scholars today, some of my own teammates. I'm definitely excited to see this game today. So today on the Scholars, we have Jessie Sun, number 2. I've had the privilege of being her teammate for the last couple of years. Off the field, she is currently getting her master's in biomedical sciences, and then on the field, be prepared for her backhand hucks and her countless skies.
Sasha, you want to give us a little insight here on the Ballers?
Yeah, we're going to be looking at Austin Hegman today on the Ballers. Austin coming from Georgia State in Atlanta, Georgia. You're going to see a lot of athletic defending, and yeah, he's fast. He's got ups. He can jump really high. You're going to see a lot of great plays from Austin today.
We're super excited for this game. Make sure you stay tuned right here on YouTube and watch this Color of Ultimate College Championship game here at E-Line Soccer Park in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We'll be back shortly.
The Color of Ultimate College All-Star Game is presented by Spin Ultimate, providing custom team uniforms and apparel since 2007. Visit Spin on the web at spinultimate.com.
So we're back here at E-Line Soccer Park in Milwaukee, Wisconsin for the Color of Ultimate USAU College All-Star Game. If you're looking there on your screen, there you see the Ballers in light. They'll be wearing in their white jerseys. And then the Scholars in their dark jerseys as they're getting ready for opening pull here in this All-Star game. And it's just an exciting time to be here. We see the crowd starting to fill in as well. I'm really amped up to see what both these teams can do here today.
Yeah, we've got a lot of wind out here today, Adekale and Lily. It's, I don't know, it's going to make things interesting, I think.
For today's showcase game, the team in dark
definitely going to affect the disc. Probably the most windy. We've seen it all weekend, all tournament long in this one. I'm really excited to see what these teams can do here today with the wind and how they handle that kind of extra element. So we await the opening pull. Let's get it cracking here at the All-Star game. And it will will be a shorter field
Kamaya Hayes
here for the Ballers. So they're working the disc around. You see a turnover there to the near sideline. So we'll get our first look here at the D-line
Scholars with a chance to break.
of the Scholars.
Maya Hayes with the disc right now, one of my Pittsburgh teammates. Excited to see what she can do today.
She gets the around off as they're working it down that far sideline. And you see how the wind is just affecting this disc. And I believe that will be up. And it will stand.
Yeah, looking like they're going to Martin Bustamante about every other at this point.
So continue to work the disc around. This one put up in the air. And that one will be immediately shut down there by Ronnie Shaw. Now immediate deep shot to the end zone and just off the fingertips. Take a second look at that layout grab. Just off the fingertips, very close. And like Lily, if you can touch on how hard it is to play going upwind in the game of Ultimate.
So yeah, obviously Ultimate is a game of throws and catches. So upwind, the disc kind of does whatever it wants to do, as it just did. So it's a lot harder to play throw and catch with your teammates.
See a big rip out of the air by Austin Hegman, and then that disc just taking fortunate turn of events straight into the turf.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing the wind play a huge factor already in this game.
Kamaya Hayes to pick up for the Scholars.
Just a little low there.
It's Kamaya Hayes here with the disc. This one floating, and just the wind is not leaving any prisoners here today, and just wreaking havoc so far with the Frisbee.
Yeah, I think she just needed to put just a little bit more zip on that throw so he can fight through the wind.
And there it is.
And there it is.
First score of the game. Austin Hegman starts us off. Ballers are up. You see the little Euro step Selly in the end zone. That's got... Sasha was talking about earlier, just maybe a little bit more OI to keep it flat, and Hegman just an immediate strike up line to receive the disc and get the first score of the game.
Yeah, I said at the top, you need to watch out for Austin Hegman. Already making an impact on this game.
Here today. Keep cheering on your players. Let's see that support.
So we're waiting to see Kenrick Koo, KJ Koo there for Cal Poly Slow with the assist there on the play.
The Scholars in dark are coached
Celebrating
by
on the
James
sideline.
Heisman and T-Lo. The Ballers in white, coached by David Kahn and Nora Mitchell.
So we're waiting a second look here defensively now from the Ballers. Sasha, what do you want to see here from the Ballers? You think perhaps they might go into a zone look defensively, or do you think they're going to be a straight matchup defense?
I think we're going straight matchup. These players met each other this morning, and that's a great pull in this headwind.
Ballers with a phenomenal pool.
And I don't know, it's difficult to find that cohesion within an hour or so. So I think we're just going to see man-person matchup the entire game.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that one. And we talked about this pregame, how this is almost like as we see a quick turn on this near sideline, almost like the Justice League, facing the Avengers. You have some of the best, people of color here in the game of college ultimate playing together here today. Try to just put on a great and excellent show.
Number 6 with the disc now, Leah Schwartz from Tufts. I think she definitely had a breakout freshman year, and I'm excited to see what she does for the next, for all of her college experience.
Yeah, Leah Schwartz was a stud there for Tufts. was able to call one of her games earlier. Just had the absolute green light to send anything down the field. She's a shooter. And we see it here with a big backhand. Will it stay in bounds? And no, it will not, as that one sails out of bounds.
She was looking for Saul Diaz on that huck there.
Huck out of bounds. Disc to the Scholars.
Fortunately, with the wind, it's difficult to huck that. You got to keep them really low, got to keep that nose of the disc down so it'll fight through that wind.
Now working it up the field, a great catch there from Yara El-Khatib.
Another one of your teammates, Lily.
Yep. Did her undergrad at Yale and then coming to Pittsburgh for some graduate classes.
As Pathakuchi sliding into the end zone there for the score. And they're on the board. We're tied up at 1 apiece. And let's see what kind of celebration they have here.
Shot from the Scholars for the score, and we are tied up 1-1.
Just working it down the line, able to keep the disc alive.
At the goal.
Just love the patience so far from both teams.
So Ross,
And then just a beautiful shot. You know, go trust your target, go get it.
Yeah, that's Suhas Mataraju on the assist there, out of NC State. He's one of their key players on NC State. Very, very savvy defender, very smart defender. Watched a few of his games this year, and he's one of those players that, like, he helps out a lot, and then he always catches back up to his person that he's guarding.
You saw that there, an excellent throw there to Osman Pathakuchi there for Michigan and Magnum, getting his first score of the game. And then you hear the crowd chanting, "It's break time for Magnum." Let's hope the Scholars here can get a break.
hit danger is
But if the
currently
Ballers
remaining.
O-line have anything to say about it currently, let's see what kind of action they can put into play. See there with the pull, Saul Diaz.
John Stevenson with the pull.
Excuse me, John Stevenson with the pull.
Hyping up the crowd from the sideline. Ballers.
The Elmi
Chance to hold
with the
down
disc. Just off the fingertips there of
The Ballers
Jenna
will give
Ricky.
The Scholars an opportunity to break upwind.
Lily, what do you think the Scholars need to do here on this upwind break chance?
I think short passes are definitely going to be key. We'll see if they get that. Unfortunately not, but definitely working through your handlers is a great idea instead of maybe just throwing a long ball.
Now working here on the end zone, knocking on the doorstep. And into the end zone there for the score. Is Talia Ward, excuse me.
Talia Ward with the score for the Ballers.
Yeah, it looked like a miscommunication there on that turnover. The thrower thinking the defender was going back.
2-1.
He wasn't. There you go, turnover.
Yeah, it's just been so difficult here so far in this game to kind of move those throws, around with this wind. It's playing such a big factor. And here in this, you see their jerseys there on the score. There's Talia Ward getting that first score from Cal Poly Slow. The Oakland, California native on the board. So the Ballers are up 2-1 in this one so far. If you're just tuning in, thanks for watching here on YouTube. USA Ultimate bringing us this Color of Ultimate College All-Star game in this one. So far, it's been kind of what you expected in this one. Just both teams trying to figure it out, understand the wind, and really start to mesh and get their chemistry going.
Yeah, I think that the first upwind score that we're going to have might decide this game with how strong this wind is going.
Akron with the pool for the Ballers.
It's like Yu Ishii
Uishi
to pick up the disc. You see a nice layout Still working the disc around, now over to Colin Hill. Back to Ishii. See if they're working a little handler set. Ishii, myriad of fakes. A lot of give and goes. Trying to free up. And that's throw just sailing over the top.
Turn from the
It's
Scholars.
a tough look to try to go
Ballers
cross field
go
like
70
that.
yards upwind.
Yeah, I like the look that Simon had there. Just a little miscommunication, little thrower error, I guess.
It's Elmi to pick up the disc. Needing an outlet. Hill in the space. Gets the D, now looking to go around. Go around with the backhand is Colin Hill bouncing around.
Double D.
Double D there
From the
as it's
Ballers.
going to be going the other
Takes one
way.
with the finish.
Ballers possession.
Almost had a third attempt to try and grab it after that.
They need to pick up the disc for the Ballers.
It's Martin Lay to pick up the disc for the Ballers.
Martin, one of the many University of Washington players on the field right now.
So they're working around Michael Lowe with the disc. Inside throw. And that will be a turn. Looks like Colin Hill will pick up.
Ariba Lakani from the Scholars.
Hill,
Colin Hill to pick up.
a Berry College Buck. In his first showcase game, gets the assist.
Colin Hill.
And Hill is jacked up right now, trying to put on a show. They're punching in the score.
Huge shout out to Colin Hill's dad with the most drip in the crowd. Show that chain
You
off.
see the turnover. Just a tough catch.
And Colin working it with Suhas and eventually finding Marie Perivier on that score.
So the Georgia connection there. Berry College, the UGA, Athena. You know that's got to feel good there for them. So they're back in this one. They're tied up at 2 apiece.
I know something a lot of players talked about in talking about what they were excited for this weekend. A lot of them played on maybe like YCC teams together or even U20 teams together, and now they finally get to play together again.
Yeah, it's cool to see that little connection, you know, with Colin and Marie Perivier playing together there at Lakeside High School in Georgia. It's really awesome to see them on the same team.
Austin Hegman, another Lakeside alum.
We've got a lot of Georgia representatives here today in this game. It's really exciting to see all of them come back together and play on the same team or on the same field.
Yeah, I think my favorite part about these games is being able to play with people that are like you. You know, this sport is a lot of non-players of color, a lot of white players, and being able to play with other people that look like you is one of the greatest things, and it's a lot of fun.
Turn short there, and that's a great point, Sasha. Representation matters so much, and I think in sports, especially with a sport where there's not that many, of course, minorities and people of color, and they're having an opportunity now to showcase their talents in front of a huge crowd and just go out carelessly and ball out.
Jesse with the disc.
As you see the turnover, it will be brought back. Scholars continue to work it down the field. You see the disc with John Stevenson.
We're seeing those short passes like I talked about seem to be working pretty well.
Yeah, also looks like the wind has died down just a little bit, enough to be able to actually be able to throw well upfield.
Let's see if the Scholars can take advantage. That's a nice upline cut, and coming out of nowhere with a big-time D, there is Jalal Sylvester.
Jalal Sylvester with the D for the Ballers to prevent that upwind break.
Now working the disc around. See inside to Ronnie Shaw. Sylvester with the disc, needing an outlet. Back to Shaw. Gonna look down the field. KJ Koo making a run, but that one just blading towards the middle of the field.
The ball is a little
Tough
out of
look.
reach. It's going to be Scholar's opportunity to go back upfield.
Scholars with another chance. You see a second look there at Sylvester's D on the end zone line.
He almost had another one there.
That one just short into the turf, so
The
prime
Scholars will give
opportunity
the Ballers a short field
for the
downwind.
Ballers to go upfield. Knocking on the doorstep right here on the end line, and that's a score once again. Austin Hegman, he's feeling himself.
Austin Hegman with his second goal.
Second goal of the day.
Assist from Jane Jung.
Assist there from Jane Jung.
Austin's fun fact was that quote,
Just quick
"I am
decision
him."
making. I think that's what's going to have to happen here, Sasha and Lily, in this one, especially with the wind being such a factor. I think quick decision making and just trusting that, hey, I can make this throw. I think it's a lot of belief in following through with your throws and just playing the game. Don't worry about the wind, and I think both teams will really be able to capitalize.
I think trusting your receiver too. I know we said they only met this morning, but trusting that your receiver on the other end can come down the disc.
And that's one of the most interesting things about like an all-star game, all-star factor, is that you have maybe have never played or met any of these players before. So meeting them for the first time, playing with them for the first time, you've really got to establish trust, a quick relationship, and just going out there on the field trying to build chemistry point by point.
You can't scout the other team.
That's a great point. There's no scouting. Throw scouting out the window. Throw it out the door. You're just going out there to play and have fun. To be honest with you. At the end of the day, I think it's going to come down to whoever just wants to get after it. As you see a big huck blading in the air. An excellent job of knocking it down.
Shakes his head saying,
Right
"That's
there
not
by
happening today."
Chagarin Brown.
Brown is a big player for University of Washington. Very athletic, makes lots of great plays, big blocks. Can get up high, and there we go.
Tucker Brown with the sky.
With the left hand, able to scoop that one out of the air. An excellent job. Now the Ballers are looking to go to work. Big swing to the middle for Elmi. She needs a reset.
Look at that defense by Suhas on the reset handler.
And on the ground, making the throw, not able to get it to drop.
Out of
There
reach
is
for
Martin
the
Lane.
Ballers.
Was good
Scholars
initial defense by Colin Hill. Almost able to get it up enough.
to start the 70 yards.
As
Downwind.
Michael Lowe was making a run towards the end zone.
Martin Lee doing the signature
Just out of reach.
Seattle
Here's an
sit down.
opportunity For the Ballers, could be our first upwind break.
And a big around as that one just slipping out of the hands there of Leah Schwartz.
Scholars back
Look
with
at Colin Hill streak down the field. Making that deep cut. Now he'll get the under. Hill with the disc. He's going to look to put it up in the air. He's going to come down with it. Not able to get so.
Might get there.
Just short.
Ballers back with the disc.
So Ballers now with the disc. So take a second look at it. Just off the fingertips.
Agronomy to pick up for the Ballers.
So is there anything that you've seen from the first couple of points that can kind of change the momentum here from either side?
I'm excited to see what Leah Schwartz can do. I think Ultubrello called her yesterday a cheat code for Upwind Ultimate, so I'm excited to see what she can put up.
So deep throw down the field is completed. So you're working it down the field.
From Alan Suzuki.
Now up to Brown. Gonna
Dr.
shoot
Brown
it.
out to the end zone.
And that's
And
a
there it is.
score.
As they kick
Talia
back, there's the
Ward
break.
punching
The
it
ball is
in
so
there.
desperately
Excuse
needed.
me. That's Alan Suzuki punching it in there for the Ballers. Just good offense upwind.
That's our first upwind break of the game. And that could, well, it could prove detrimental to the Scholars here.
It'll be important for the Ballers to get the downwind break that comes next. It's kind of on the pressure for the Scholars to get the upwind hold now.
And that's what you want to do in windy games. You want to, once you get that first upwind break, it's not smooth sailing, but it makes it a little bit easier for you.
So Alan Suzuki with the score. Ballers currently up 4-2 in this one. Once again, if you're just tuning into this game, this is the Color of Ultimate College All-Star Game here from Milwaukee, Wisconsin at Uline Soccer Park. Joined here with Sasha Vogel and Lily Nong. I'm Ada Kaliande. It's been an exciting contest so far in this one. I think it's really been a tale of what team could kind of answer the win and really roll with it here in this one. And you saw that upwind score. Now the Scholars trying to take advantage and go upwind and once again see if they can match it offensively.
That was a huge pull for the Ballers there. Rolls out of bounds, so we got to take it at the front of the end zone.
Nice undercut there from Marie Perivier. And a beautiful snag there from
Phenomenal
Kenrick Koo.
coach by KJ Koo is going to give the disc back to the Ballers. Another
Now
chance to
up
break.
to KJ Koo again.
And there it is.
Bookends.
No other than KJ Koo.
What
with
a
the
job
score.
there from the Ballers. That's a great heads-up play there from Koo.
Right into the middle with that left hand. What a great heads-up play. KJ's one of those players, I've had the pleasure of playing against him, and it's not fun. He's very athletic, he's very smart, both on offense and defense. He's the whole package of a player.
And he's got a smoothness to his game. Whenever you see him play, he's never rushed. Very chill and relaxed. You see right there, getting the bookends. KJ Koo. 1 goal and 1 assist here on the game.
KJ's fun fact, he'll be done at Cal Poly this very soon here, and he's traveling to New Zealand for a master's in renewable energy.
It's just so many well-rounded players, top to bottom, here in this showcase. Love reading some of their fun facts too. What was one that really stood out to you, either one of you, so far from what you've seen?
I think I have to point out my teammate and maybe make fun of her. Number 10 on the Scholars, Yara El Khatib. She once missed a transatlantic flight because she got distracted buying chocolate.
That's something that would stress out most people, missing a big flight like that. Well, that's awesome, Sometimes you've got to get distracted by things like chocolate. So you see a big D there from Marie Perivier. About 10 yards out from the end zone. Good snag there by Marie. So pick is called down the field.
Pick called on the field.
One of the first ones we've seen so far in this game.
No stall.
Up ahead to Colin Hill. Hill back once again to Marie Perivier.
There's that Georgia connection again.
That's going to cut the deficit.
Georgia standing up proudly in this one. And it's just almost like they can read each other's minds. See the big time disc and block there from Marie Perivier. And that's just lots of reps playing high school ultimate together.
Is that a little lefty by Colin there?
As the kid said, he's amphibious, right? Both your left hand and your right hand. Colin Hill doing an excellent job. And I would love to see that shot there of his dad from earlier. You saw earlier that Christian said the most strip in the stands. Mr. Hill, Colin Hill's dad, wearing the big chain with the Color of Ultimate sign on it. It was awesome to see. Colin Hill so far, 2 assists on the day. Berry College Buck.
You know, speaking of amphibians, Colin's fun fact is he has a pet axolotl named Mozzarella.
Colin always with the biggest smile on his face. Love watching this kid play. Being a former Berry College Ultimate player as well. Watching him play and just shine. Nothing better than that.
Yeah, he's one of the few D3 players playing in this game today.
As the D3 College Championships were last week. Here in this one, Millbury Pranksters winning in the women's division, as well as OC winning in the men's division there for D3. So back to the Ballers.
This is an important point for the Scholars right now. They need to stay patient. They need to work it up the field and punch in this score.
It's a nice low release backhand. Was looking to send it deep. So quick turn.
Turn from the Scholars will give the Ballers the disc back.
Ballers will have the disc once again.
Jane Jung picking up for the Ballers.
It's a big swing around. Easily kept alive.
Great D from Eugenia Garza.
So Eugenia Garza comes up with a huge time block. Now they're looking to go back the other way.
Eugenia out of the University of Minnesota is actually the Mexican figure skating national champion.
And I wonder if that helps with her footwork here on the field for Ultimate. That's got to be such a benefit to be able to play a sport like that and compete at the highest level of it as well.
Yeah, you see a lot of multi-sport athletes that have decided to just play Ultimate instead, and you can definitely tell how their footwork and their athleticism from the other sport has helped. Lily, did you play another sport?
I did track and field, more the field events, long jump and high jump, so I feel like that obviously translates well.
There you go. You can jump from 5 yards out and land in the end zone now.
You see some quick cuts. That was Martin Bustamontes. This one is set deep. And curl out of bounds. Tough look there for the Ballers. Disc back with the Scholars. So the Ballers up in this one 5-3 early on in this game.
Martin Budamente to pick up.
Bustamonte here with the disc. Inside. Backhand able to be scooped up there by Asa Muhammad. Now, Muhammad trying to get the disc.
And
that's
the
a
D.
big rejection. Now going
That's
the other way.
Aaron Barcia with the D.
Aaron Barcia.
Repping his mom's shorts right now because he forgot his at home.
Barcia, big time defender there for Tough.
Ballers with the turn Scholars get the next opportunity.
Asa Muhammad back on the disc.
It's a great upline cut. Able to create some separation. So continue to work down the field, the Scholars. Disc now with Michaela Luke Currier, and you see not able to get it up as this disc immediately shot into the end zone. So both teams not bashful in this one. They get the looks they want, and they want to put on a show for everyone here. And there's a great crowd on hand here in the stands. So I'm looking around now. It's packed.
Martin Budavente to pick up.
Just a beautiful hand block, great defense.
Ronnie Shaw is known for her classic foot blocks.
Great off-handle D by
Ronnie
Martin
Shaw,
Barcio.
that
Aaron Barcio.
breakout player of the
Trying to give
year
ballers the opportunity.
there for the D1's women's division in the fall. It's Talia Ward with the disc, a high release backhand into space.
Talia Ward able to complete to Aaron Barcio.
Aaron
for the score.
Barcio with the score.
And the Ballers go up another.
The Ballers continue to add to their lead. They're up 6-3 currently in this game. See a nice backhand around to Barcio. Hey, Sasha, can you touch how, I guess in the game of Ultimate, as someone's watching this for the first time, how clinical it is to be able to work with a short field, and take advantage of those opportunities, just like the Ballers did right there.
I mean, the less you can throw, the better. It's my philosophy. That's why a lot of teams will play zone. The probability of turning over the disc grows higher and higher the more times you throw it.
Yeah, you've got to be able to kind of capitalize those shorter fields, and it's a great point. Less throws means less of a probability that you turn the disc over. So this one is 6-3. Once again, thanks for staying tuned here on YouTube, wherever you're watching from. Make sure to drop down below in the chat where you're watching this game from. Lily, what have you seen that has really stood out to you so far in this game?
I think the defensive pressure has been amazing to see. People making sure that if the wind grabs the disc, then they either get the disc or come down with it and make sure that the other team doesn't get it.
See Hill with the disc. And that's a great point. I think as Patacucci sends one deep and just out the back of the end zone. Covington will not be able to reach it. But Lily, that's a great point. I think having high defensive pressure, adding it on along with the wind, just makes Ultimate one of those sports where it's just so tough to be able to score as an offensive player. And I think that's what makes it exciting to watch, is those 1v1 matchups.
Turn on their own end zone. It's going to be Scholars to pick up.
It's Colin Hill once again surveying the field here in the end zone. A little push pass. Suhas Manaraju with the score and a big kick spike.
Ooh, taking the shot.
That is going to be 6-4.
I love seeing that, showing the love for his team.
Yeah, representing the NC State women's team there.
Hill. Just a little push pass in the end zone there for Mataraju. Love the support he has there for his fellow teammates. You see Colin Hill's dad there, Mr. Hill, with the chain we were talking about earlier. Definitely the most stripped out fan here in the stand.
You got to show out.
Yeah, this is a game to do it. You've got such a great platform right now with the Color of Ultimate and USA Ultimate working together here to promote this showcase all-star game. Got all these fans in the stands. You got people up on the hill. It's just a great environment for Frisbee, and I'm glad the win is starting to behave itself and allowing just a great showing here for both teams.
Yeah, this is the first Color of Ultimate event since, I believe, 2019, if I'm not mistaken. And it's really exciting to get back to this, especially in such a great environment as College Nationals.
John Stevenson with the pull for the Scholars.
See the pull there from Stevenson, barely able to get it past midfield. And that's how much the win has played a factor here in this game.
Talia Ward picking up her Ballers.
Inside to Hegman. Just a little too short as that wind took the disc down again. As Hegman was looking for Ronnie Shaw.
Jesse picking up the disc.
It's one of our players to watch, Jesse Sun with the disc.
Axel Agami immediately shoots one deep to the wind, taking it, but able to secure the disc inbounds. And that will be a score.
Wow.
That's in. That is a score.
Huge job there by the Scholars.
From Sul Ross State.
Agami just ripping it.
Down with that one.
And just the footwork
Wow.
to drag it, his foot in and keep it in
Javier
bounds.
played on a team completely savage in college for 2 years.
Is that one?
Small side fact, that team did beat me in a club tournament.
Snagged in and another angle at it here.
Ooh, that's close.
It's excellent footwork.
Yeah. He's lucky he had that last foot down.
Great work by the observers there.
Scholars starting to come back in this one. So Javier Roman Flores Gaetan with the score there for Sul Ross State.
That was a very important point for the Scholars there. They needed that upwind score. Now they have, the chance to try to get a break going downwind to tie this game up.
They've come back in this game, and can't stress this enough how much Ultimate is a game of runs. It's all about momentum here in this one, and right now the Scholars have got it going on. They're looking to add on to their momentum, possibly tie up this game. Ronalmi here with the disc. Inside, and Brown not able to handle it.
Is going to get the D, and Scholars with the chance for the break.
Pathakuchi, a big OI backhand. That one's able to be secured there. El Khatib.
El Khatib.
Now going inside, able to scoop it up is Jesse Sun.
Here we go. Marie and Colin again. Back at it. And,
Marie Perrier puts it into the end zone. That's Ariba Lakhani. Once again, another Georgia native.
Yeah, they're teammates on UGA Athena.
On serve, 6-6. Scholars versus
It's been all Georgia in this one as they tied up 6 apiece here in this game. So far, this is what we've expected in this one. A close-knit, tight contest. Everyone just laying it out on the line. You see this last score.
It's a great grab by Marie there.
Just excellent concentration to go all the way to the turf.
Shout out Georgia. Go Dogs.
It's almost like they've done that before, Sasha and Lily. They've got that connection, that chemistry, able to trust each other. And almost a little bit of a Georgia dominator set there from those three. Able to work it down the field.
Reba's fun fact is that she can solve a Rubik's Cube with her eyes open, so I'm wondering what would happen if her eyes were closed.
Yeah, a lot of Rubik's Cubers here on both teams as their fun fact.
Yeah, someone said they were a competitive Rubik's Cuber.
Yeah.
Martin Lee, number 17 on the Ballers.
Yeah, I've had a Rubik's Cube in my office personally for a whole year now. Still have not been able to solve it. So if one of them can teach me, I'll be with you post-game trying to figure that one out.
Pull up win for the Scholars.
All right, I believe we're back on serve now.
And it almost seems like that cross-field shot, that's probably the third time we've seen that cross-field shot come across and not be able to be completed.
Oh, and a fantastic
And
D.
what a D there from Aaron
That's gonna
Barcio.
be Aaron Barcio, showing off how tough he is.
Now looking, a shot over the top there for the score.
Gorgeous shot over the top.
I believe that is
Jalal
Jalal Sylvester
To Jalal Sylvester.
punching it in as they retake the lead.
Up
Nice
7.
little step back celebration.
got his hand right in there.
Just a nice blading flick over the top there by Talia Ward. She's had a great game in this one so far. A couple assists on the game, so, as well as Jalal Sylvester. A goal, 1 assist, and he's had a big-time block on the goal line earlier as well.
Yes!
See some sideline antics there from the Scholars.
Talia Ward with 3 assists today.
Pittsburgh teammates
Scholars
there,
looking
Kim,
dangerous out
Jesse,
there.
and Yara.
Looks like they're having fun.
That's what it's all about in this game. Showcase of people of color in the college game, having fun, having a good time, and just showing people, their talents.
I believe half is either to 8 or at halftime cap, so we'll see what happens.
So the Ballers with an opportunity here to take half if they were to get a break.
Upwind pull for the Ballers.
Those upwind pulls are really difficult.
Suhas Mataraju.
Let's see what the Scholars can do. Mataraju with the disc.
It looks like we had a kind of sweep play there.
Yuishi. A crossfield shot by Marie Pervier. Up in the air, and that one is ripped out.
Gonna come up with the disc.
Big time D now going the other way.
Deep as well.
Hill getting in the fray, but
That's gonna be
big
complete.
time.
Oh,
Just not able to get the continuation there on the other side to Schwartz.
This is what we came to see. Big plays. I love it.
Yuichi picked up.
Play starting to pick up. Pathakuchi with the disc. Swung over to Hill. So we're going to work it down. Covington flick
Simon
up
Harper,
to
Covington.
Mataraju there for the score. As they're amped up, we're tied at 7 apiece.
From SHC.
Both Simon and Suhas from North Carolina. They've played with each other before.
Almost seems like a lot of Southeast love there on that Scholars team.
That's a great throw. Love the shape. Love the pace on it. It was perfect.
Is able to run right onto it.
Stride for stride.
Dewey.
Suhas Mataraju. 2 goals and 1 assist so far here in this game as it's tied up at 7 apiece. Next point takes us into the half.
Timeout called on field. Coach is strategizing to see who takes half.
Looks like we had a timeout by the Scholars.
Anything stand out to you here in this last couple of points from either side?
They're getting more comfortable shooting it going upwind. And it's difficult, but they're completing a lot of them as well.
Yeah, I think it's just a testament to being able to feel this game out, feel the wind, and honestly just understand who you're playing with. I think that's a big difference maker in this one, is understand who you're playing with, what you're playing for, and just being able to go play carefree and having a good time. I think both teams have really settled into this one, and that's why you can see why the score is 7-7. What do you think is going to be the key here, Lily, to take half for either side?
I'd say maybe moving quickly because now, like we said, they've become familiar with both their own teammates and then the other team, so making smart but quick decisions to keep the ball moving.
And if they can kind of capitalize there and make those smart and quick decisions, as Lily just said, I think that will help propel them here in the second half. I'm looking for a more exciting contest in the second half as well. This one has the makings of it's going to come down to the wire.
as we see coaches James Highsmith and Tracy Lowe last minute talking to the scholars here.
They're just making it its way past midfield. Ballers with the disc, KJ Koo. Around and what AD out of nowhere. Covington.
He was baiting that D the entire time and then had a chance to capitalize.
And I tell you, he got horizontal here on this play. What a D there by Covington.
As the shot downwind, not able to complete. Scholars back with the disc.
2 quick turns back and forth. This one up in the
Axel
air.
Ogami with a huge rip.
It's ripped down by Koo.
KJ Koo.
Yeah, he's really throwing his whole body into those big backhand hooks. He's got to. This one blading through Ogami in the area.
Huge layout. Getting it back for the Scholars.
Great job timing that one up. Getting every bit of that disc.
And that's a Callahan!
Sylvester coming in out of nowhere for the Callahan to take us to the break.
That's one way to take half.
We've had everything this game already, and it's only halftime.
Oh my goodness, and just disbelief at the way it happened. Just stepping into the frames, you take a second look at it. What a way to take us in half and take half. He's amped up right now.
Tough look for the Scholars there.
See that one more look is that Jalal Sylvester with the Callahan.
Big spike.
He's going to amp up his team as the Ballers take the lead here at the half. They're up 8-7.
It's ending at the end of this showcase, so go sign up for that.
So we're waiting a little halftime interview with Jessie Sun. Excited to hear her insight so far at this first half.
In addition, check out the Spin merch tent for all of your USAU College Nationals 2022 apparel. 50?
Hey Jessie, what's up? How are you doing? It's Otter
Hey,
Collie.
who am I looking at? Okay. How's it going?
Good, how are you? How's it been playing out there?
I know, I want to look at them though. It's been really good. The energy's so high right now. We're all just enjoying each other's strengths and we're really trying to put each other in our own most successful positions. And we're just hyping each other up. It's so much fun. My hand's shaking.
You've had a great 6-year career. So what does this game mean to you as your final game on a college stage?
Oh, you asked a deep question, Lily. Thank you. So, all these past years, 6 years, I've known that this was a really great place to find a safe space, to be welcome, but this year particularly a lot of events happened that made me realize that I don't really know my true self and that I've never actually explored my true ethnicity. So through these past 6 years, it's been a journey. It started off with just working on my fundamentals and just becoming a better player, but this past year it's been about becoming the best version of myself, being proud of myself and who I am, and being able to share the field with people that understand that as well.
I love that, Jessie. I love it.
Oh, stop.
What can we expect from the Scholars in the second half here?
Well, we're high in energy. I don't know if you can tell. We've got some dance moves. We've got a lot of cheers. We've actually got a nice spirit captain. You don't know about it. But anyway, we're really trying to find our strength right now. We're getting into a really good groove, and we're really just going to try to focus on hitting those in cuts nice and clean and getting more organized by the end zone.
Hey Jessie, this crowd on hand is just nuts. It's just awesome to see you guys going out there and just playing your best ultimate in front of this huge crowd. What's that feel like?
It's amazing. You can hear the individual cheers from each team, and it's a testament of their personality and how much space they take up on their team and how their teammates are proud of them. And I think that's so special. Hearing these special cheers for Marty, for my teammates on Danger, these are all great moments where you realize we are all teammates on our respective college teams, but we want to be able to celebrate each other and our own races, our ethnicities, and our own successes. And so this sideline's really nice because it's also, it kind of reveals just how, through all the hard times in the past couple of years, that there's still a lot of people out here who want to support and raise up people of color.
Awesome. Thanks, Jesse.
Yeah, of course.
We'll
Thanks
see
so
you later.
much for commentating. Keep hyping up Danger.
As this one, the Ballers are up 8-7. We'll be back shortly here on the Color of Ultimate College All-Star Showcase here from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
There is a place where we are us at our best.
A place where everyone is welcome.
Regardless of age, shape, skin color, or anything else that tries to box people in.
A place where we defy the odds, defy the naysayers,
And even defy gravity.
A place where it's accepted that success
doesn't belong to the faint-hearted. It belongs to the brave, to the determined.
a place that knows grit, knows grace, knows bright lights, and knows empty bleachers.
a place where we remember to laugh,
Where we learn to trust.
Learn to high-five strangers.
And eventually, even learn to fly.
a place where character, community, and competition
Are all as balanced as a disc in flight.
That place isn't in a stadium or on a field.
That place is in the spirit of our players.
Because we don't just play Ultimate, we live Ultimate.
The last 50 years have seen a lot of positive change
around a whole range of important issues.
And some things remain reassuringly unchanged.
Like the spirit of our game.
Ultimate is 50 years young
and still a perfect circle
of fair play,
athletic pursuit,
and camaraderie.
In fact, Ultimate was a social network
before social networks even existed.
Respetamos nuestras diferencias
And understand the value that they add.
The revolution of the disc in flight continues to prove
that there's nothing we can't achieve
when we
pull together.
Long live Ultimate.
Larga vida Ultimate.
Long live Ultimate.
As we are back here, the Ballers up 8-7, the Color of Ultimate Showcase here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Once again, you see that sign? Shooter's gonna shoot, go 99. Show you some highlights here from the first half.
Singles boy, ruined it and never felt better.
Mataraji going deep, and Hathakuchi able to come down with it. It's been back and forth in this one, Millie, and anything to stand out to you so far in that first half?
Like we've brought up a lot, it's definitely been a lot of Georgia love in here. Marie Pervier doing her part on her team.
As we see Hegman, who I believe we'll be talking to here after this highlight package. They're from the Ballers. There's a lot of big plays, a lot of challenging plays with this wind, going up and down wind. And I think these players have really done their best ability to kind of battle through those elements. Up ahead here for KJ Koo early on. Getting some bookends. Then that Georgia connection, Colin Hill to Marie Pervier. And that has been just pretty much what has happened here in the first half. That wind has just played such a big factor and really shapes the way throws go.
both teams, I think, had one upwind score, so we'll see what happens in the second half.
A little high release to Sylvester, who had a really good first half. A couple goals, an assist, and a big-time block from Maraggio along the goal line. And then the last thing that took us to the break, big Callahan from Sylvester, a big-time spike. Hence why the Ballers are up in this one, 8-7. We'll be back shortly right now. Ballers up 8-7 here. We'll be back right here on YouTube.
Most people just see a disc. At Discraft, we see over 40 years of innovation, driven by passion, consistency that inspires talent, built on a foundation, designed for success. Over 4 decades of experience behind your first throw.
What would it look like if a competitive sport didn't mean a choice? Between beauty and brutality, style and steel. Between calling yourself out and clawing to stay in. What if there was a game that found balance? Between spirit and sport, agony and elation, like a disc dancing on air.
We now have evolved into a team sport of a game called Ultimate. It stands by itself in that it is like no other game.
Between perfect passes and devastating drops. Like the balance we so desperately needed, we had no choice but to create it ourselves. Long live grit and grace. Long live Ultimate.
Most people just see a disc. At Discraft, we see over 40 years of innovation, driven by passion, consistency that inspires talent, built on a foundation, designed for success. Over 4 decades of experience behind your first throw.
Back here at the Color of Ultimate Showcase, the Ballers are up 8-7. Currently here at halftime, we're going to talk over with Austin Hengman. Austin, how's it going so far in this game? You guys are up in this one.
I mean, we're just really, really, really happy to be here. Like, I think everybody on our team has been smiling the entire time. And in my opinion, when you have fun, you play better, you play harder. And I think that's been a difference for us so far.
I'm sure a lot of your teammates are happy to have you, but who are some of the teammates that you were excited to play with as soon as you saw the rosters drop?
I didn't meet her before today, but Talia Ward is a baller. That, like, bomb throws, she's sick. KJ Koo's really cool. I like everybody. They're all really fun to be around.
Yeah, Austin, I know you've talked to me a lot about this game. What does this experience mean to you?
It's huge. It's really hard to put in words on the spot, but it's bigger than any one of us. It's an opportunity for us to show what we can do, and it's a good opportunity for the next generation too. They see this and they're inspired, and they'll be at this game next year and the year after and the year after. And it's just so, like, that's overwhelming. Like, it's really big what's going on right now.
Also, how did it feel to see a couple of your high school teammates? Georgia well represented here.
Yeah,
and
go
Marie
Vikes.
and Colin. How did that feel to see them kind of, going to work there?
I mean,
on the other side.
Best high school all time, Lakeside Vikes. Marie, clear #1 ever. Big baller. Colin's the man. Shout out Disc Diversity. He's out there killing it all the time for Barry, for Continent Tour. They're amazing. They're amazing to have. I'm glad I've gotten to see them grow so much.
Awesome. Thanks, Austin. Good luck here in the second half.
I got that dog in me.
Great note there from Austin Hagman. We'll be back shortly here with more action here in the Color of Ultimate Showcase.
There is a place where we are us at our best.
A place where everyone is welcome.
Regardless of age, shape, skin color, or anything else that tries to box people in.
A place where we defy the odds,
defy the naysayers,
and even defy gravity.
A place where it's accepted that success
doesn't belong to the faint-hearted. It belongs to the brave, to the determined.
A place that knows grit, knows grace, knows bright lights, and knows empty bleachers.
a place where we remember to laugh,
where we learn to trust,
learn to high-five strangers,
and eventually even learn to fly.
a place where character, community, and competition
are all as balanced as a disc in flight.
That place isn't in a stadium or on a field.
That place is in the spirit of our players.
Because we don't just play Ultimate, we live Ultimate.
The last 50 years have seen a lot of positive change.
Around a whole range of important issues.
And some things remain reassuringly unchanged.
Like the spirit of our game.
Ultimate is 50 years young.
And still a perfect circle.
Of fair play,
Athletic pursuit.
And camaraderie.
In fact, Ultimate was a social network.
Before social networks even existed.
Respetamos nuestras diferencias.
And understand the value that they add.
The revolution of the disc in flight continues to prove
That there's nothing we can't achieve
when we
Pull together.
Long live Ultimate.
Larga vida Ultimate.
Long live Ultimate.
We welcome you back to the Color of Ultimate College All-Star Showcase here from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. There you see the stat totals in this one as the Ballers are up 8-7 currently. Joined here with Sasha Vogel and Lily Nong. I'm Abba Kaliande. Here in this one, look at the names that have really stood out in this first half.
It's great to see so many different goal scorers in both teams. Scholars, we got 5 different people. Ballers, we got almost 6 different people, and you also see that Callahan that took us into half.
Yeah, we had, and for the assist leaders, we have Talia Ward and Colin Hill, both doing great things out there, both throwing well, running well, playing well.
Is there a player for each of you in the second half that you think might have a big impact here?
I'm on the Leah Schwartz hype train. I'm really excited to see if the wind still holds up, what she can do in the wind.
Yeah, and I loved her fun fact, the fact that both of her parents played competitive Ultimate growing up and that her mom played for Team Japan. It's got to be a very strong Ultimate household.
Got the genes.
It's in her blood.
I'm excited to see what Suhas can do in this half. Looks like he's got a great matchup here with KJ Koo.
Covington not able to get that disc up enough. So an opportunity now for the Ballers to come back. Immediately shot deep in the air. Ronnie Shaw able to secure it. Now she'll shoot down the field once again. Blading and just not enough gas there on that throw to keep it alive.
I'm liking all the aggressive D, the aggressive offense. This is what we came here to see. We want to see these big plays happen.
What a cut there for Mataraju, being guarded tightly by KJ Koo. Good swing around. Really using the full width of the field now are the Scholars. Nice snag by Covington.
It is going to be turned on a miscommunication.
Quick turn.
Now opportunity to go upwind for a break.
Now for the Ballers to get going. This one shot deep. Barcio into the end zone there for the score.
Those mom shorts really paying off, given that speed.
That was an incredible throw by Talia Ward.
There we go, Ballers now leading 9-7.
See the errant throw, just stepping into the fray, and she'll take that D any day of the week.
Put it on the stat sheet.
Just a dime ball throw.
That was perfect.
The wind's died down a little bit, but still an upwind score that will maybe impact the rest of the game.
Those Harsham short shorts there for Barcio. So he gets his second goal of the game. Texas tough, strong D-line player. Talia Ward filling up the stat sheets. 1 goal and 4 assists on the day so far in this one. Just been dropping dimes, dishing the rock around.
I'm a handler myself, so I love seeing these throws happen. I love talking about how the wind affects the disc, the shape, the pace on the disc, and everything that she did on that throw was perfect.
And it's almost like anytime someone sees someone throw the disc excellently, just picture perfect in wind, it makes you want to go throw right now immediately. It makes you want to go work harder to practice your craft. And that one's ripped out of the sky.
Here's the D from Alan Suzuki.
So Alan Suzuki rips it out. And the Brown.
Got a Washington element to a Washington Sun Dodger connection there with Icky and Brown.
And running through that D is Marie Ferrivier. Alvacucci to Colin Hill. And a bid there by Lay. This one's floating up in the air, and that one will find its way out of bounds.
The Leah Schwartz-Marie Privé matchup is definitely gonna be fun to watch.
Schwartz cross field. That was an excellent throw. Just not able to handle it there, Saul Diaz.
Saul Diaz is one of the locals here from Madison, about an hour and a half away.
Hill striking up line into Yuishi. Not able to reel that one in. So a short field now for the Ballers. Looking to add on to their lead. So Martin Lay to pick up the disc. Being guarded here by Colin Hill. Schwartz.
Marie Perivier is locking down Icky Elmi right now. Icky being able to get free though.
Freeing up, and Lay just short of the end zone. He's gonna have to bring it back out. Once again, Hill on the mark. Now the lefty backhand into space. Will it be dug up? Yes, it will.
Lefty backhand to Maya Neal.
It's Maya Neal able to punch it in there for the Ballers. They're up 10-7, and they're feeling themselves, looking to run away with this one.
Maya's another Georgia player from Savannah, Georgia.
See that throw from Schwartz. Saudi is not able to come down with it. But just able to get it back. And just the quick reset. Lefty backhand into space. And an even better snag there by Neal.
It's also great to see mixed ultimate. I play mixed club in the summer at college, being men's and women's divisions. It's great to see both players, everyone working together and playing a great game.
Maya Neal, Virginia player, but from Savannah, Georgia. As we've been saying, the Southeast well represented here in this game, and that's just a testament to the youth scene, as well as a lot of these players willing to go on to the next level and play in college as well.
Yeah, what's wild to me is that there's a lot of these players have been playing all weekend already. Their teams are here playing college nationals. They've played 5, 6, 7 games already. And notably, as we see a drop pull.
And that's going to be an early turn. Ballers with an opportunity to break up wing. There's the shot, and there's the score.
And there it is, another score there in the end zone. It's Barcio, punches it in. And just unfortunate there from Savannah Chambers as that one dropped. And safe to say, I feel like almost everyone's been there before, where they've been able to read the disc initially, and then just something happens where the wind pushes it, or you take your eyes just for a split second and it gets out of your hands.
I've definitely dropped a few in my day.
And something Jessie Sun talked about in her halftime interview is that hopefully this environment is an environment where they can feel comfortable making mistakes, and they know that their teammates have their back even if you make a mistake, so just dropping a pole.
So your score now 11-7, and I think that's also a great point. Everyone here is wanting to put everyone here in a great spot, a great position. They want to build them up, not chop them down, and it's going to be a lot of team and moral support in this one, and just go out there and have fun, play carefree, and have a good time. And I hope you at home are being able to see how much fun everyone's having, how much fun we're having up here in the booth. As that's an excellent pull deep into the corner.
Going back to what I was saying before that turnover, yeah, a lot of these players have been playing, college nationals, like some of the most intense games of their career this weekend, and then they come out here and play again. And also, Ikki Elmi played with Washington, and she's playing today. She also played Golte and Mini with me this morning, and she's coming out here and playing again. Endless motor for Ikki.
Just never stops. Grinds never stop there for Ikki Elmi. See this with Jessie Sun. Myriad of fakes. Still no mark. And going through. Alaju not able to handle it. Great D. There from the ballers. Elmi puts it up. It's floating and blading. Brown! Through the roof! Ripping it out of the sky. Head taps.
There's that Washington connection.
That was huge. It's what we've been looking for all game. So take a second look at it. Just look at the bunnies here on this. Brown just ripping it out of the air. And if that doesn't get you jacked up to go watch or play Ultimate right now, I don't know what will.
I'm ready to take my headset off and go do something. I don't know. That was insane.
It's beautiful. And going with the wind, just slicing back enough for him to make that play and perfectly just rip it out of the sky. What a throw. What a catch. Ikram Elmi. Washington Element.
All right, the Ballers are up 12-7. Lily, what do you think the Scholars need to do to try to get back into this game?
Obviously, we're working with a time cap here, so maybe just, like I said, making smart, quick decisions to get that ball moving down the field.
They are going downwind right now, so it might be a little quicker point. There's the quick point
by Hayes, going up in the area and running out of room in the back. I believe a foul will be called here on the field. And the few ones we've had today.
I know the Pittsburgh Danger sideline wants to score. Kamaya Hayes to Yara El-Khatib.
No contest. Yara El-Khatib is going to take it to the front of the end zone.
Yeah, just a little bit of a push in the back.
For the Scholars.
So El-Khatib will bring it back to the front of the end zone. See if the Scholars can capitalize. Maybe trying to shake loose. Back to El-Khatib. And that's a score. They're battling back in this one. They're down 4. 12-8 is your score.
Marie's footwork in the backfield is something everyone should study. She's very, very good at that.
Sasha makes a great point. You know, I always love to say on the broadcast, slow feet don't eat. And Marie Previer, if anything, has amazing quick footwork. She will be eating all day, and you see just there, just a nice little shimmy, jump cut to free up space, and then a nice upline strike by Yara El-Khatib. Millie, that's got to put a smile on your face, seeing your teammates score.
Yeah, Yara spent her undergrad years at Yale and then coming to Pittsburgh for a 5th year. Definitely great to see. I know she was also one of the players impacted by injuries and then COVID, so it's great to see her here for one last game.
The energy they can get, and Danger is giving it to them right now.
Danger in the stands, amped up, watching their teammates play.
Yeah, we've seen all the people from the Pittsburgh area on the field trying to get the crowd hyped.
Let's see if they can mount a comeback. Let's see if they can get something going and score upwind and get a break. But if the Ballers have anything to say about that, they're going to close this one out. So far, just an exciting contest all around, and that's an excellent pull there from Marie Ferrier going upwind. This one, a bullet shot, low and driven, not able to handle it. Now an opportunity here for the Scholars. Hayes with the disc, looking downfield, sends it. This will go back to Hao Young Yan. Yan with the disc.
Hao Young from China.
Need some help. I took 3 different bounces off 3 different players.
Playing pinball there.
Perrier able to knock it down eventually. Ballers now an opportunity past midfield. Martin Lay. You need some help.
Yu Ishii is playing some great defense in the back there.
Working down the line, and it will be secured. What a grab. And they're going to call it out of bounds. And you hear the boos and the jeers from the crowd.
The crowd not happy with that call.
See what part of his body touched first.
Yeah. Feet were out of bounds, unfortunately.
Definitely still making a highlight reel, though.
Hao Young showing the wheels there on that play. Now a shot. It's going to float up in the air. He's going to come down with it. Pathakuchi with 2 hands. Up ahead to Colin Hill. Now big backhand for Hill into the end zone. Just short.
Sometimes in the wind, you use the huck and play D approach, though, so maybe they're hoping for a short field turn.
That was Eugenia Garza trying to race towards that disc there from Colin Hill. Schwartz, the big around. That one's able to be dug up by Maya Neal. Inside. Still looking for something down the field, and a call being made down the field.
It's like Kamaya Hayes coming off on an injury.
Their Pittsburgh teammate coming on, Yara El-Khatib.
Big around, and that one popped up. Great pressure there from Marie Pervier. Hill will bring the disc back up here for the Scholars. Back to Hill on the around, just shoelaces too low for him to be able to handle. So we've seen both teams kind of go back and forth with this one and turns both ways, trying to figure out this point. Lee strikes up line. Nice around for Jan. Inside, that one being snugged up.
Eugenia wanted that one.
Being an outlet now. Pathacucci with initial great defense.
Great heads up.
Excuse me, that was Javier Ramon Flores Gatan there with a big time rejection.
Wonder if it's a little bit of fatigue setting in.
Both teams really trying to get after this one. Kept alive by Marie Previer. Swung around and able to take it up just last minute. That one popping out of his hands. Jan will call a timeout. As the Ballers are both, everyone's gassed really in this one. Just back and forth action. Score still 12-8 with the Ballers up over the Scholars.
I think that's a great timeout call. It's a long point. You get some water, you get a little bit of rest, regroup, maybe draw up a play to try to punch the score in.
Also get to hear from our wonderful coaches during the timeout, maybe set up a strategy. For the Scholars, we have James Highsmith and Tracy Lowe, also known as T-Lowe. And then for the Ballers, we have David Kahn and Nora Mitchell out of Wisconsin.
Now, is there anything in particular that you guys like to specifically drop in timeouts when you're at this spot?
I think because timeouts are so short, they're only 90 seconds, it's important to just immediately get a play going, maybe highlight and isolation cutter and see what they can do.
Sasha?
Yeah, when we're this close to the end zone, I kind of like the reverse zipper play, where you have the front of the stack go one way, second of the stack go the other way if we're in a vertical stack, and the third coming straight under for that first throw. And from there, they can swing it out to the sides to try to punch it in. And those are one of my favorites.
So you see some of the dangerous teammates talking to Lily there through the window, trying to amp her up. Amp up her teammates there on the field as well.
And it looks like we are getting an isolation.
Jan with the disc. They're about 30 yards, 35 yards away from the end zone. Put up into space. This one just sailing out the back over the fence.
Home run.
That one just rips over the top. And just, it's been a tough day to kind of read where that wind is really going to push that disc. And they've done an excellent job so far of calculating what kind of risks they can make. And you got to give credit to where credit's due. Don't think I can make half of these throws they're putting out on the field. Shuishi here with the disc. Pathacucci sending one deep. This one blading immediately, and what a snag there by Marie.
Get the disc to half field.
So they're working it down the field. Another great snag by El Khateem. Pathacucci. A hammer cross field. This one floating.
Wind carrying and no, just out of reach.
Not able to reach and get to that one. It's an ambitious look there on the end zone.
Definitely giving the audience what they want. Crowd loved it.
It's what you love to see, going after it. It looked like it was almost going to hang up in time, but then it just double helixed over the top, and it kind of pulled away.
I believe an injury call.
Yeah, he hit the ground pretty hard there.
Suhas Maharaju has checked in. Immediate shot.
He is wide open. Go, go, go.
And just Michael Lowe not able to get to it.
Scholars now in the opportunity for a backup win. Colin Hill commanding
As
that
Lee unleashed a big backhand, and the wind just taking too much of that one away. Hill now with the disc. Hill loves that lefty backhand stepping through, but reading it there like a book is Hao Young Yan.
He's been having a big point.
It's been a long point here for both sides. A shifty cut there from Lee. And you see just how much more focus and concentration you need, especially on your dumps. As you have multiple players racing down the field, and Yuichi throwing up, and a big time rejection there by, I believe, Leah Schwartz.
Fantastic D there from Leah Schwartz. She'll pick up as well.
Ishii to guard Schwartz. Schwartz immediately sending it down the line. Two-stepping there. Martin Lee for the score. 13-8.
There's your player to watch for the second half, Lily.
We'll see that D there from Leah Schwartz.
Schwartz just straight denial. And then just putting up a shot here in the space down the line, and Martin Lee doing an excellent job of towing the line. So look at this throw.
I think Tufts definitely has a lot to be excited about in Leah Schwartz.
She's an excellent player for them. That was fun to watch some of the earlier rounds here in the college championships. And safe to say she's got a green light at all times. They kind of just let it rip and let it fly. Tufts Iwo handler from Washington, D.C.
All right, Scholars need to get on their horse here if they want to close this gap.
Yeah, it's looking to get a little bit out of hand. It's definitely an uphill climb for the Scholars. So we're awaiting play to resume. Maybe some confusion as to what's happening. So far in this one, has there been a favorite play so far that stood out to you, Sasha?
Chet Guerin with that huge sky goal has definitely been my favorite.
From this far away, yeah.
What about you, Lily?
Because normally in like men's or women's,
honestly, every player balling out has been great to watch.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think just being here, doing this, watching this beautiful showcase here on the main field, it's just, I think Austin Hegman said it earlier, it's hard to put in words what this means for a lot of these people out here.
A couple of players, Austin and Jesse being one of them, set up a Zoom call during the summer of 2020 for...
Taking a shot, but Austin Hegman.
There's Austin.
We'll see that great D.
Great layout.
Speaking of Hegman, money through the air, reading it, and able to swat it out, laying his body on the line. Love to see it.
Austin set up a Zoom call for college athletes who were players of color, and that conversation helped spur this game, so really cool to watch.
Now they're working down the field. The Scholars trying to get one on the board.
Crowd wanting Martin to score. Wow.
Jamal Sylvester has got the reach. He's been balling out in this space. And now he's going to shoot a flick deep.
The D's going to be there, but just hanging in the air.
And now
Austin Hegman
flying through the air.
Holy cow.
He's doing everything for his team.
I said at the top, we're going to see big plays from Austin.
Injury called.
I believe injury was called.
I think he called the timeout first. And might be subbing off too. I'm not sure.
After that one, you can go get a lot of water. Go get you some Culvers while you're at it. Look at this grab here by Hagman is Sylvester setting it up the field. And the tip.
Wow.
Gotta catch your D's.
2 hands first and then coming down with one. And that was chest high there from Hagman.
Some great plays at this point.
Sylvester. And
I thought no way he was going to get that.
Great point. You're always told to catch your D's. But Hagman, tip drill action. You're always told to keep on your toes. You see the 2 Georgia natives, high school teammates, talking it out.
It looks like Austin's coming off of an injury.
Hey, if that's one to go out on, I mean, I'll take that every day of the week.
Oh, yeah.
That's just a big, big play from Austin Hagman. Currently, your score is 13-8 with the Ballers up. Ballers with the disc about 30 yards away from the end zone. Once again, with the opportunity to go up 14-8 in this one.
Austin lying down on the grass, doing what the crowd wants.
Check Aaron Brown
some log rolls
with the disc.
Some beautiful rolling on the sideline from Ace Muhammad and Austin Hagman.
Disc check back in.
Out and around, and that one just blading into the turf there by Jane Jong.
Scholars now with the chance to go right back downwind. Michael Lee's friend, Suhas Badaraju, picking up the disc.
Suhas Badaraju here with the disc. Now Lane
we
with
have
the Callahan. KJ Koo, how do you do? 14-8. Ballers are up.
Second Callahan of the game.
Second one for this team.
Wow.
And he almost just baited it. Just stepping through and turning on the Jets.
What an unfortunate point for Martin there.
And right now, the Ballers are just running away with this one in the last couple of points. Love to see an answer from the Scholars. You see Austin Hagman getting a drink from the crowd, saying amped up, and you gotta stay hydrated in this one. KJ Koo, 2 goals, 1 being a Callahan just then, and an assist on the day.
The Callahan is one of those things we don't see very often in Ultimate, but we've seen 2 today from the same team.
Incredible. You see his slow court teammates getting the KJ Koo chants going off.
All right, it's do or die time for the Scholars here.
That's a great point. That's a huge pull.
Massive pull from the Ballers.
Good hands by Colin Hill. Up to Pathakuchi.
Marie Privier trying to get deep.
Work it down the sideline. We both saw that big cut. What a snag there from Hill. Hill gonna unleash a backhand. Coming back in.
Was that in?
Check the foot.
I think the observer was trying to move out of the way, so.
It looks like it's infield, but not in bounds, or not in the end zone.
So just outside the end zone. What a great snag. Now knocking on the doorstep. Back up to Hill for the score. And look at him. He's going to run away. Big time play there from the Scholars to get back in this one.
What
We
a
got to take a
grab.
second look here at this catch. Hill just uncorking a backhand.
Now with the opportunity to convert the downwind break.
Yep, 1 foot in.
Wow.
No, that's good on Saturdays. Great job there.
It's good on Mondays, too.
It's a great point as well. Colin Hill then punching it in the end zone. One goal and 3 assists so far there for Colin Hill. Berry College Buck. Mr. Hill. So proud there of his son, his mom as well. Amped up in this one. Asa Muhammad, just an awesome highlight reel toe drag, keeping 1 foot in. That's all you need here in the game Ultimate 1. So play picked up 100% here in the second half. It's been awesome to see both these teams get after it. Now, an opportunity here, game point for the Ballers.
Ballers going to have to go upwind on this point to win this game.
Scholars trying to do their best to claw back into this one.
What are you telling your team, Lily, if you are the Scholars coach? If you are James Highsmith and Tilo, what are you telling your team right now?
I think just first things first, second things second. Get the D first, and then nice and easy.
KJ Koo inside, Hagman with the disc, looking for a reset.
Great to see Austin back on the field.
Now working the disc around. Still looking for an outlet. Good strike up line. Good job by Jenna Ricky. Disc up in the air. Will it come back inbounds? Big time D there for John Stevenson.
Scholars are going to have to work the full 70 to stay alive.
Going downwind as well.
Martin certified with the Mente to pick up for the Scholars.
Bustamante, as they're chilling out, boost it down the field, and he did boost it, but just too much on it. Not an opportunity to go back and get it closer to the end zone.
These throws downwind are difficult. They go really far and they look really nice, but you have to know how much. Wow! And Martin comes back and gets the D. But yeah, like I was saying, you can't throw as hard as you think you would. Like when you're throwing a full 75-yard, when you're throwing a full 75-yard throw, you have to put enough power on it for probably a 50-yard throw.
I know watching the semifinals yesterday, almost every pull went out that end zone because of the wind.
Yeah, it's almost like you can't really put touch on it, but you still have to follow through. It's a tough little mid-space between those two, and so far they've done an excellent job of finding that space, and nice job keeping the possession alive now for the Ballers. Barcio up ahead to Talia Warren, and not able to complete that one. The Scholars past midfield. Good Jesse Sun strike down the field. Nice high release. Sun able to keep the disc up. Big around. Bustamante. Big backhand around Mataraju. Wow. 2 hands for safety. And the inside flick to Sun. Big time score. The Scholars are starting to get back into this one.
What's up, danger? Jesse's son.
Jesse, normally a handler, kind of able to shift into a cutter role for that point. Great to watch.
And a great snag from Suhas and a great throw as well to find Jesse in the end zone.
Break time there for the Scholars, getting a much needed break and score.
We'll see Jesse in the handler space and then kind of just take off.
Beautiful.
Huge spike.
I love the chants going both ways. Everybody coo on the left, and then you got Jesse on the right. Everyone's just really amped up in this one, and you just love to see the crowd get involved as well. Just showing support to some of their favorite players in both divisions, and it's just incredible to watch. You see Suhas Mataraju, 2 goals, 2 assists here on the day, filling up the stat sheet.
feel like we're going to see a lot of high-pressure defense from the Scholars right now.
This is like a strong D-line.
So Coach James Highsmith is definitely a defensive-minded player.
Working the disc around. And turnover, the Wind taking that one away. An opportunity now for the Scholars. If they're going upwind, it's going to be a little bit tougher. Colin Hill to pick up.
Fighting through contact, it's going to be a foul, no contest.
Trying to step through, no contest on the foul. Hill having some trouble. They're just going to send a backhand blading up in the air.
Axel Agami.
Yep. Axel Agami able to keep it alive. Now laying out in the end zone for the score. The Scholars at 11.
Scholars are still fighting.
Dog pile.
What a celebration.
And that's what it's all about right there. Just a big time play.
I think they've scored 3 or 4 straight in a row.
Just so beautiful. 3 in a row. Colin Hill just sending it up, trusting his teammates. Another break there on the board for the Scholars. Garza, big time grab for big time players. Really showing out here in the last couple of points. Solgami, Contreras, 2 assists here on the day.
Axel is the Callahan Award nominee for Ohio State and a big time player for them.
Yeah, talking to him yesterday, he said, I asked him, how are you feeling about this game tomorrow? He said, I'm tired, been playing all weekend, but I've never been so pumped up to play Ultimate before. And he's showing you why. This game just means so much to everyone involved. Sylvester skying up to snag it. Good job reeling it in. There for Jenna Ricky. Now going up the line, that one blading and taking a very favorable Scholar roll. Savannah Chambers to pick up for the Scholars. Give and go action. Back up, bouncing around, and Sylvester once again putting in his big hands in the play, breaking it up. Koo with the disc. That one
it's a little too low.
Turfed as well, and another Scholars roll.
Scholars with another chance to break.
Chambers with the disc. Backhand around, and that one was denied immediately.
Talia Ward said, not in my house.
Talia Ward stepping in the fray, making the big time play. Now she needs some help. Sends a shot down the field.
Sylvester able to collect that half field.
Big time play by Sylvester. Now Koo moving it up. Now the backhand around. Barcio trying to tow it. Just short of the end zone.
He tried to end the game.
Now looking to cut deep. Being put up and the Wind taking it. Good box out.
Did a great job boxing out his defender.
Good job by Javier Ramon Flores Gaetan. Excellent job to call a timeout. See the backhand from Koo looking for Barcio, trying to tow his feet in as well as catch the disc on the layout.
I think he was a little too concerned about ending the game rather than catching the disc.
tough play for him, but even better for us up here in the booth because we get to still keep calling this action, this fun game here by both sides.
There is no hard cap for this game. Game to 15 soft cap is at 105 minutes, I believe.
Right now, the Scholars inching their way back into this game. They're down 3. They've been as down as, I believe, 13-8 early on in this game, so they've been putting in work in the second half.
A lot of Suas love in the crowd today.
A lot of support here for each player. Just look at that crowd. Look at all the signs at hand. Everyone is just loving the action, and it's just a great sign to see.
Playing in front of a crowd is one of the greatest things to do in Ultimate.
Working it down the line and just having some trouble there was Flores Gaitan. So the disc right back to the Ballers. Talia Ward to Koo. Back to Ward. Now Ward unleashing the backhand. That one just taking the weirdest blade out of her hand. The wind really pushing it down.
Martin Bustamante almost had a nice little poach D there.
Working the disc on this far sideline. Trying to get it around was John Stevenson. And just a little too far out of the reach on the swing, so prime opportunity now for the Ballers. Nice high release flick into space. There for Jenna Ricky.
And there's Suhas.
Said, this game is not over.
They want to keep playing. Or, conspiracy theory, the Ballers are letting them back in. I don't think that's true, but
a spicy take. Sasha now both teams is ready to get after it. Want to leave it all on the line. That one is a turn going back the other way once again. Here for the Ballers. It's been a long point. It's been a battle. Working down the line, towing the line there, Sylvester.
This Mataraju KJ Koo matchup is a lot of fun to watch.
It's turning into a marathon point.
Will not be surprised if Mataraju picks up and boosts one down the field on a deep cut. And there it is, the deep cut. And look at the way the wind just took that disc. So they'll be all right. Pigeonholed there on the corner, or coffin corner punt. Let's see how the Ballers react and see if they can move the disc going upwind. This one's setting around. KJ Koo able to secure it. Now Koo rips a disc. And Sylvester down the line being tipped up.
Watch from, if we get this replay, watch from where Suhas ran from to get this D. I talked about at the top, he leaves his person to help, but he always ends up catching back up and makes big plays like that.
Suhas Island, no fly zone here for Mataraju.
The other team thinks they're safe, throwing to the open guy, but they're never safe.
Nice,
two receivers go deep.
Oh.
And that, I think, might be the look that you need there on those big lady flicks. You've got to make sure you put them outside so they can get back in. So those shots, you usually tail out of bounds, or it's just going to carry out the back with the way the wind is pushing it downwind.
Yeah, they're bringing it up really far up.
It's really good field precision. Ballers now looking to work back to Yanni.
David Zimmerman on the disc right now.
Low throw.
Great
But
grab.
that's gonna be picked up.
Amazing bid back the other way there by Mon Bustamante.
Both teams, you can tell, are getting really tired.
Off the line. No, there's no tee cutters down the field. That's how tired they are.
There goes Suhas.
Now putting one up in the air. And that one shut down by David Zimmerman.
David Zimmerman. Here's the lead for the Ballers.
Zimmerman to pick up once again.
What is the key to playing this game when you're very tired, Lily?
I think still relying on your sideline and these awesome teammates that you just met to keep yelling at you. You still got legs. You're still able to cut hard and play well.
So a short field now for the Scholars with an opportunity. Continue to crawl back in this game. They're looking for a break, a big around,
Wow.
and it's bending.
But it's going to be a foul.
I believe a foul will be called, which will bring the disc back to Bustamante.
What that was very close there.
Yeah, you could see it. The chest just bumping Bustamante on the throw. See what his initial look is. Disc coming in on one. Big around. And that one just popping through the hands of Chambers. Now working down the line, Sylvester. Good movement here from the Ballers. Able to make it past the midfield line. This one shot deep, a blading, and it's ripped out of the sky. Barcio now looking for Sylvester in the end zone, and that will be the game. 15-11. Ballers on top of the Scholars. What a contest here for both sides. It's a great display here today.
I think it was great to see. The score was 14-8, and then Scholars had the opportunity to score 3 straight goals, go on a little bit of run, but ultimately Ballers still come out on top.
That was a lot of fun. Lots of huge plays. Lots of great throws. I loved it.
Just honestly, just a great game all around. I think the best thing for me in this game was just seeing the environment that everyone wanted to put on and bring together so many different kinds of people. As you say, one last look, that big sky there by Barcio.
Nice find.
Just wrapping it up there.
And don't forget to go check out the Spin Ultimate
As we will be back shortly, the Ballers on top. This one 15-11. Stay tuned here for a post-game interview with Talia Ward.
Most people just see a disc. At Discraft, we see over 40 years of innovation, driven by passion, consistency that inspires talent, built on a foundation designed for success. Over 4 decades of experience behind your first throw.
What would it look like if a competitive sport didn't mean a choice? Between beauty and brutality, style and steel. Between calling yourself out and clawing to stay in. What if there was a game that found balance? Between spirit and sport, agony and elation. like a disc dancing on air.
We now have evolved into a team sport of a game called Ultimate. It stands by itself in that it is like no other game.
Between perfect passes and devastating drops. Like the balance we so desperately needed, we had no choice but to create it ourselves. Long live grit and grace. Long live Ultimate.
Most people just see a disc. At Discraft, we see over 40 years of innovation, driven by passion, consistency that inspires talent, built on a foundation designed for success. Over 4 decades of experience behind your first throw.
The Color of Ultimate College All-Star Game is presented by Spin Ultimate, providing custom team uniforms and apparel since 2007. Visit Spin on the web at spinultimate.com.
Score in this one, 15-11, Ballers over Scholars. We're here with Talia Ward post-game. Talia, congrats there on the win.
Thank you.
How did that feel to play in that showcase game?
I feel like it was huge. It was really fun, honestly. Like it's not like secret that frisbee's like a predominantly white sport, so it's like more about finding the community with other players of color, and just like giving them access to being showcased. And it was just really fun to play with everybody.
How did it feel after a long weekend? I don't know how it's been for you, but then getting a chance to ball out here with some people you just met, how did it feel overall?
No, it was super huge. I wasn't playing actually, but I was watching all weekend, so it was really fun to like get to play with some of the people that I saw balling out this weekend, and just seeing them like play really well here as well, even though they were kind of tired.
Yeah, huge game for you, Talia. 5 assists and a goal. That's some big numbers putting up there. How did it feel being able to play very well, actually, with all of these amazing people of color as well?
It was really fun. Honestly, we all just did our thing. Like the coaches were super good about like letting us have time to work together, just like putting us on the field together before the game so that we could just like talk to each other and figure out what everybody liked. Like 5 assists is there's somebody that's scoring those points, so like they were just like balling out, going to the end zone. I just had to easy little shot to them.
Awesome, thanks Talia. Congrats once again, and
thank you.
Such a big showcase.
Yeah, thank you.
So we show you our Discraft play of the game. The deep huck to Karen Brown, just ripping it out of the air, left everyone just shook, and I think everyone was kind of just dumbfounded as well.
Yeah, that was one of the most incredible grabs I've ever seen.
So many other great plays during this game. We got 2 Callahans, but definitely a great play of the game.
Any final thoughts from the both of you here on the showcase, the Color of Ultimate?
I hope we can see it again and again and again, because it's these showcase games with the Color of Ultimate and also with Disc Diversity, the Continent Tour, have been some of the highlights of my entire year watching and playing these, and I just want to keep doing it every time.
Lily?
Like I said, this has kind of been a work in progress since the summer of 2020, so it's really great to see everyone finally get to be here today.
Yeah, and as you see the women's college final coming up next in this one, you see Colorado Quandary and North Carolina Pleiades up at 4 Eastern time on ESPNU. Should be an exciting contest, and now make sure you stay tuned. Thank you everyone for staying tuned and watching USA Ultimate present this here on YouTube. So for Sasha Vogel, Lily Nong, Amada Kaliande saying so long here from Eline Soccer Park, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where the Ballers win this one 15-11 over the Scholars.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep, you too.